27-1-1 there. You took your time, and what a good little move at the end, eh?
Yeah, it was cool that Damo joined us for a wee bit. It obviously made us up the pace. I saw we were sort of doing 27 flats. So I was like, right, this feels good. Unfortunately, he must have tucked it on a white line or something around the final corner. But then, man, it was just left to me and Scotty, and something was up with Scotty's bike on the back straight. So I sort of took advantage of that. But it was a nice, clean battle, and Scotty probably would have had that one if whatever happened. But yeah, we'll take that. We've got a nice points lead now, I think. I've never won a F1 race in Suzuki Series, so to get two in a row is awesome. So the Yamaha and the team are working really good, and we're looking forward to being here in the space.
Congratulations to the Blue Crew there. The truck looks really good. You've got Smokey, your lucky man in the pits. So congratulations. You've got the #1 play time. You've started off the season really good.
Thank you to Jared down there, and certainly to our stars that make the lineup. Yes, it's good to see a bike talk, our F3 class. Yes, indeed, we may not have too much F3 racing going on the NZSBK scene, but man, has it ever been revitalised. And when you've got machines like this beautiful Kramer that we saw win that last race, we certainly know that we've got some beautiful bikes to continue the legacy of this class. It's all about I suppose you'd say Formula Racing, Formula 3, because it's a very little production-based motorcycles. The work that's gone on, of course, we've had the likes of Lee out of Tamarunui, and he's been a hot shot. Scotty Moyer before him. These are guys that have made a powerful 450cc motocross engines inside little 125 GP bikes. We've had the guys, of course, that have got the 600cc sports production motorcycle, dropped the cylinder out of it, caught it with a 450, and they've ended up by being a bike eligible for Formula 3. So some really radical machines that have made Formula 3 racing over the years. Let's go back to before them, the likes of the late Terry Fitzgerald, or I'll go down to me old mate Andy Bolwell from Christchurch in the Kawasaki ZXR 400 that ended up by being about 444cc taken to the max. These are some great machines that have made Formula 3 racing over the years. So here we are in some colours and the vibrance of the riders and their bike presentation makes some great racing. But certainly this man and Matt Bro certainly turning some heads today, Brad, as far as his racing is concerned in Supermoto. But hey, he rides a motorcycle and he does it so well.
So that's great to see SJ Cavell out in front as well. So an MNZ board member does a lot of work behind the scenes and then comes racing out on track. And SJ Cavell out in front, Matt Rowe on the Kramer in second place with Jared Horn in third, with Steve Bridge in fourth, and Chris G. Fiore rounding out our top five. So SJ, he's got the bit between the teeth and ready to go, getting geared up for a Pro Twins assault for this year's Nationals. Same sponsors on board with him. So fantastic to have him with Gudeline Oils and Bridgestone Tyres, Aricha Leathers, CD Vandermeer Builders, and Promoto, Dyno Lab as well. Just some great sponsors in behind this likeable man from Eastfield Engineering in the Hawke's Bay, ready to do a great campaign. He's leading Matt Bro, sort of a teammate there in the CD Vandermeer Builders outfit, so great to have these guys out there 1 and 2 at the moment. We've got Richard Markin Barrett had to start from pit lane, so fastest man on track, he's out there on a 140. Fastest man on track starting from pit lane, and race 1 winner has to start from pit lane. A bit of drama here in the Suzuki International Series in F3 racing.
All right, here's Jacob L to go for it. Matt Bro's the man to take on the next one. Then look for riders like Jared Horn, Steve Bridge, go to Chris DeFore in there as well, along with Kieran O'Neill. He's been a late starter in our sport. What about people in there like Fabiano Pavla Santos, along with people like Tony Hurney in there, Jason Truman, Rob Edwards. Man, oh man, some cool names that have joined our F3 lineup in this fantastic machinery that we've been talking about. In fact, we're talking about so much of those Formula bikes, and then you've got SJ who leads it. He's on the more of a production-based bike, compared to the Suzuki SV 650, the Pro Twin out there. So, of course, an opportunity to do some modifications. It doesn't have to be in its Pro Twin production foray to be eligible for this class. It's Formula Racing, it's at its best. Formula 3, something we've had in New Zealand since I can ever remember, and where we see so many of our young blood to come from. Let's go all the way back to people like Tony McMurdo, somebody that we looked up to in awe what he could do on a motorcycle. And of course, former president, congratulations for his legacy as FIM Oceania president as well, and our great man, Mr. Glenn Williams as well. So, wow, so many stories to tell about so many cool guys in F3 racing. And, well, I don't think we've really seen anybody since then make a true stamp in a legacy. We've seen young Jacob Stroud come along, and he's, like so many, want to move up. But back in those days, Brad, some of the guys just owned that, and they owned it for, you know, almost a decade. If I look at all of those guys and the names we've mentioned, they've been well-established riders in F3. Now it's more seen as a stepping stone. But, man, if you've got a Kramer, if you've got one of these other beautiful factory-based bikes, man, you've got something that's gold. And hopefully we'll have riders staying in this one for the future.
Yeah, I can remember in the 90s at Manfield, it was all F3s on. Let's get to the fence. Let's get out there and watch it.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was brilliant. So, yeah, even our very own co-commentator, Jared Love, a former F3 national champion as well. So it was quite special to watch that unfold back in those days. We won't say what year it was. That'll show his age too much. But out at the moment, F3 racing, we've got 3 laps to go. A shortened race now to try and get this program finished as quick as we can. But it's SJ Cavell ahead of Matt Bro. That's 1 and 2. There's nothing in between them. Less than a white length as they go and chop into turn number 2. So brilliant stuff from these two. No way around him at the moment. So SJ doing enough of a defensive ride. Matt Bro certainly looks like he's got the speed. He was the fastest man on track with the 1:37.01 that last time around. But desperate to try and find a move. Still in third place with Jared Horn and Steve Bridge. Mad Ref1 Engineering, a really nice guy. And he's,
there he is. There's a change coming up. Will he make it stick? Will he make it? No.
So he sort of showed him a front wheel, and SJ shut the door on him. So this is a great battle. 1 and 2 at the moment. So there it is around the outside. So side by side. This is no quarter given. The teammates off the track. But that's the first person to meet on race day. And this one heating up with 3 and a bit laps to go.
Oh, wow, what a race in there. Matt Pro, see how low he can go through those corners. Beautiful to watch. A purebred road racer of the highest calibre. Great to watch as we see this Ctas live coverage coming right up at the top end of the circuit. This is the part closest to Taupo Township, further just a K down the road, so it gives a good loop around here. There's not a lot of spectator viewing points up here, and this is part of the original circuit before the new part was added down here around 15 odd years ago. So great to witness as we see the charge coming on. This boy's coming down the straight. F3 pinned, absolutely pinned. Top gear, we're talking about holding it on to the max. This doubles as a drag strip, of course, here in Taupo as well. So you get an idea of just how fast it goes. Then they come back onto the other part of the track where they mix and come round through in front of us here, through that flip-flop, as it's sometimes called, and going round past the lap score line. Brad, nothing in it as far as the race is concerned. Looking out to there, we come down to the corner and watch the sweep around on turn 1. Oh, no. Oh,
Unlucky stuff.
oh, SJ.
And just lays it over. So Matt had just got into the lead, and we'll see it on the Ctas replay. Just comes in slightly offline and has to sort of get the power on, and then the back wheel just sort of lets go on him. Unlucky stuff. He'll be absolutely gutted. So.
Brad, that wheel looks locked up.
Look at that one there. So,
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to be doing a spider. I'm going to be waiting for the Ctas stuff to come live on for a record afterwards, and I'm going to go to that because I reckon that back wheel gets locked up through there. So I'm wondering whether it's a mechanical or whether it just was too much braking and stayed on. Unsure of that. It seemed like he'd gone through past the braking. It seemed like the power should have been on again. And yeah, I thought initially it was there. But
we're under a red flag with the bike on the middle of the exit.
Oh.
So need to get that bike off there. So red flag situation.
SJ, your shout.
SJ, unlucky stuff. So he's up and okay. That's the main thing. And Matt Bro, he will win that race. I'd say with 2 laps to go, they'll call that in a 6-lap race. We'll just keep the officials to decide that. But Matt Bro, SJ Cavell, he's listed as second on the timing screen, but being the man who crashed, he'll get removed from the results, and Jared Horn will go up into second place and Steve Bridge into third. So that's our podium stuff. So SJ up and okay, but unlucky stuff for him in turn 1. So we're going to a red flag. Everyone's coming back into pit lane, but with 4 of the 6 laps done, that's definitely the 66%. We'll see how we get on with that one there. I would suggest that's going to be a result call. But Matt Bro ahead of Jared Horn and Steve Bridge, your top 3. Just see what happens. So that's the result has been called. So there we go. The result has been called. We can confirm that now. And Matt Bro takes the win ahead of Jared Horn and Steve Bridge. So there we go. 1, 2, and 3. Chris Giufiore in there. Kieran O'Neill, Rich Mark and Barrett. He managed to get up into about 7th place in the end, so that'll become a 6th once SJ's taken out there. Ben Tibbins, Carl Hooper, Cole Williams, Doyle Matosha, Nick Southerwood, Vaughan Main, Derek Kattenberg and Chris Burt. That's our top 15, and with the race called, we've got one more race to go, so we'll cross down to pit lane and see if Jared's there to give us an interview with our top 3 from the Bike Talk Formula 3 action. It is going to be Matt Bro, Jared Horn and Steve Bridge on the podium.
Well, our summary of the incident has perhaps come to fruition, because we've just seen the fact that the crash crew have had to pick up the rear of the bike and lift it onto the trailer, which gives us that idea. I think there could be a motor problem there somehow. That back wheel had locked up. So some relief for SJ. If it was a bike bit of drama, we'll go easy on him. It'll only cost him half a dozen.
Action up. Action aplenty down here in the pits, and finally we've got Steve Bridge to get up onto the podium. We see that little oil leak there, mate. You've ground a big hole in your oil cover. Great to see you on the podium again.
Aye, cheers, Jared. Yeah, just minor glitch, and just as well the red light came out. Anyway, thanks to my sponsors, Pirelli, F1 BSF, Dave McDonald, and Fight the Tyranny.
Great to see you out on this one. Unfortunately, you've had some problems this season on the big bike, so you're not out in the Sport Bears having a little fight with Bish.
No, yeah, I'd love to be out there, but yeah, it would be a dilemma. If it was going, I'd have to try and race 3 classes, and yeah, I'm getting a bit unfit for that.
Oh, great to see you on the podium. Congratulations, Stephen Bridge. Jared, congratulations, 2nd place. You've had a great winter series. I've really been enjoying watching you up at the Auckland Club Champs and stuff. You've come on, like I hadn't seen you last year, and then off, here you are. How's everything been going for you?
Oh, it's been going great, eh? Look, Lee's been an absolute legend, and I've been talking to Benno. He's been talking me through it as well, setting me up with lines and shit. It's just, I don't know, I've just found some extra pace this year. It's just epic. Huge thanks to all my sponsors, RST, Pirelli, Scooterazzi, Kip Racing. Without all those guys, I couldn't do it, you know. Just the support's amazing. And I'm quite gobsmacked to actually be here so soon. It's awesome.
Congratulations, and look forward to seeing you on the podium a lot this season. Justin, great ride there. Congratulations, Matt, sorry. How's the new Kramer going, and how are you enjoying this?
It's lovely, man. It's super nice bike to ride. It's just awesome.
And are you doing the whole of the NZSBK and stuff on this, or?
That's because it's only an F3 bike. Can't do Pro Twin or anything like that. But so just the Suzuki Series, and then go through into the Winter Series on it.
Well, congratulations. That's the first win. Like seeing you on the top step. Congratulations. See you at the next round.